Hi, Soul Family. Well, things just work out, you know? They just work out for you. When I got here, the parking lot was absolutely filled to capacity, more than I've ever seen, and I thought, oh my God, everyone's gonna be down at the rocks, because this is the prettiest spot, right? Check it out. There was a family here when I got here, and they were leaving. I'm like, okay, cool. So I came down here, because I sat up there the last time, remember, and all my cards went flying. Not to mention, I would have been frying there, and it's noisy in the water, with the water going down. And I have so many decks today, and I thought, this is beautiful. This is what I love, right? I mean, this is perfection to me. And the sun is gonna be coming around the edge, so I guess I'll be moving back because it's pretty hot. It's like 89 or something like that in Canyon Lake, and I was like, no thanks, no thanks. I need to get where there's cool. We have the totem that we were going to talk about is the oh, now something else just came to my head. The totem that we were going to talk about was the groundhog. My landlord came up. Oh, and speaking of my landlord, thank you guys, everybody, for helping out and all the prayers and well wishes for Prince. The cat that I rescued and that he allowed me to take in. Remember how he changed his mind, and I told Prince, you're gonna have to charm the pants off of Pat in order for you to be allowed to come in, because he didn't want it. And he ends up literally putting down $1,500. Well, he put down a $600 deposit for his surgery and all, and we don't know what it's gonna come to. The estimate is $1,500. So I kind of think that the way that the doctor's talking, he's probably going to use up every bit of that, since we signed the yes, we will do it. But he signed it. He put up the money. I wouldn't have been able to save him. And so this is Spirit, you know. Spirit said, don't worry, it's going to be taken care of. I keep going back. I keep going back to that granary, the building in Wisconsin that was seconds before the wrecking ball. And a benevolent anonymous donor. I keep thinking benevolent benefactor, which is always Spirit in my mind, but an anonymous donor put up all of the money at the last second in order to have that granary removed from its sibling building, across the emotional waters, across the bridge, from where he was to where he wanted to get to, right? And then he was turning around. He didn't run away, right? He went across the bridge and went on the opposite side and faced the sibling buildings. But that's where he was going to stand on his own 2 feet, and he was going to be restored to his natural splendor by the community and by the assistance of this benevolent benefactor, which is what Spirit does for us. And that's what happened with my landlord. I mean, originally it was like, no, he's not allowed to come in here. He's bothering the cats, and there's no way, you can't have him in here. And he had to be. Oh, look. Oh, he's huge. I hope he went right by the screen. Oh my God. Dragonfly says, hold on to your dreams. Your dreams are sound and valid, and you deserve to see them fulfilled. Hold on to your dreams. Also, skim over your emotional waters and see past the illusion. That's what, Dragonfly, oh, you. Oh my, he's like a little helicopter. And he's blue. Archangel Michael. Oh, make a wish. Make a wish. I made mine. Oh, I know I'm all over the place, but that was pretty freaking cool. Okay, so because of that, right, I would never have been able to have taken care of him. I would have never been able to have saved him. And you guys don't know the full story. This was an animal that was severely abused. I had no idea how badly he was abused. I knew he was, but I didn't know how badly. And he was such a he's such a loving, sweet, gentle soul. He deserves love. He came to me for a reason. He mirrors something in my life, and I understand it. He's also mirroring all of us, you know, that Spirit is going to take care of us. And even if it gets right down to we don't see the way out, just like we got in the message last week, death shall not take him. At the last second, at the clocking of the strike of midnight, something comes in and saves the day, divine intervention. Well, that's what happened with Prince. My landlord, we're there, and by this time he's fallen in love with him. You know, I've been sleeping on the garage floor with him. I slowly started moving him into the house, and when I got mad at him, because I said, you know, you told me to bring him in, and now you're changing your mind, and I don't know where I stand. And I just kind of stood up and I asked for Spirit's help and all you guys, and I knew he wouldn't have been brought to me for no reason, right? I remote viewed 5 days. It's probably been about a week now. and I saw this building. It was a farmhouse in the middle of this grass field. It was beautiful with a fence all around it. It was standing on its own, and I thought, why am I going there? You know, I've only remote viewed. This is now the third or fourth time that I've been able to remote view, but I saw it crystal clear for like 3 seconds, and then it was gone. And when we drove up to the animal hospital to save Prince, because he literally had a urinary tract infection, which was brought on from extreme trauma and post-traumatic stress and dehydration. The dehydration is what brings on the crystals, but it was brought on because of the trauma. And basically it was kind of like he finally got to a place where he was safe, and everything he let loose, and everything just, his body couldn't handle it. And and he kept telling me, I did a reading for him, and he told me urinary tract infection, but there were other things and I wasn't quite certain, you know, and get me to a vet. And we got to the vet, and he was in critical condition, that he wouldn't have made it through the day. And when we drove up, I was like, God, this place is beautiful. It was the place I saw. It was what I remote viewed. The vet who owns the building, he's a doctor, he owned the land, and he built that for the animal hospital. It's beautiful. It's the Murrieta Animal Hospital. If anybody in California area wants to go, it's gorgeous. But it is what I saw. So I wouldn't have been shown that if he wasn't going to be okay, if I wasn't going to be able to take care of him. You know, they were showing what was coming. It's really cool for me to see things play out, because I've been saying for a very long time, you know, you've been telling me a lot of things, but things aren't, I'm not seeing them play out for me. So they are. And when he came out, and I thought that he was backed up, like he couldn't go to the bathroom, like poop, right? And I said, oh, they'll just, you know, maybe give him an enema or express it, whatever. And that's not what it was. It was his bladder. And it was so swollen that it would have burst. Oh, God, I keep thinking about it now. And he was going to have this. And as he started describing what he was going to have to do, I'm seeing the dollar signs go, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, Lily broke me, you know, $1,000 from Lily, and I'm just starting to recover from that. And in my mind, I'm hearing $1,500, $1,500. And so they come back in with the, and so they said, you want us to get an estimate? And I looked at Pat, and he said, do it. We can't let him, you know, we've come this far. We've already, you know, paid $150 to have him spayed and are neutered and all the shots, and he deserves a chance. And so when the doctor examined him, he saw that one of his fangs had been broken off. He'd been kicked. He has a scar right above his eye. It probably happened at the same time. And God knows the abuse that this little guy went through. It wasn't okay. So Pat was he's very emotional, he's very touched, and the doctor came back in and gave us the total, $1,500, and they looked at me and they said, you want to do it? Did you give us permission? And Pat just said, do it, and I thought, oh my God. So I am the one who's asking for the GoFundMe to reimburse him. I wouldn't have had the money to do it, but Spirit wanted it done, and it was taken care of. So when Spirit said that there's a way out and you can't see it, they know. I'm seeing all kinds of animal messengers. We've got the most beautiful butterfly right there. It's brown and orange and yellow. All the colors of grounding and your sacral chakra and your seat of sexual energy and creativity, and the color of the solar plexus. I'm able to do anything I set my mind to. I am worthy. That was the butterfly. The butterfly is transformation, right? Going with the flow, light, hearted. We've got a duck couple over here, which is talking about working as a team. Right, which is that's what that was, all working with you guys. You guys are making donations. Thank you so much. Working with my landlord, working with Spirit to make this come about. I trust, and I don't stress, and I know it's going to be taken care of. And the transformations are happening in front of us. And so, if you have a dream that you feel like it's fading, don't let go. Hold on to your dream. That's what the dragonfly said. And call on Archangel Michael to protect you. You know, and to give you strength and courage to keep at it and endure, right? Because it's the endurance that's so difficult. Okay. I have blisters on my feet from the last time I went, I walked for like 3.5 hours in flip-flops. I was doing a reading and I was talking and I got blisters, and my feet have not recovered. There's cuts. You can't see them, but they hurt so bad. Then I thought, how am I going to walk on this trail? This is quite a long hiking trail. So I stopped at my giant thrift store, and I found the most comfortable turquoise flip-flops that match my outfit. I get everything taken care of, I swear to God, $5. Okay, so now we're gonna go on. I'm gonna put you guys between my knees, and I'm gonna tell you while we start to figure out which deck we're gonna use, because I guess we're only gonna get one card from each deck, because I have so many. And what happened this morning, the reason I brought everything up, is my landlord came up this morning to tell me that a gopher is digging up and just made a mess everywhere. And the gopher totem is talking about boundaries. Have you Or has someone else overstepped your personal boundaries? This is about speaking up. Oh, you guys, I'm going to keep talking, but look, on this rock. You'll see it in a minute. There's a blue butterfly, a little one. Dragonfly. And there was a red one right next to him. So the male and female dragonfly. When it comes back, I'll show it to you guys. But anyway, groundhog is about boundaries. Has somebody, stepped over your boundaries? And it can be a really tricky situation, because what if this is somebody that's helping you? What if this is somebody that's really kind to you, But it's too much. We have to learn how to set our boundaries and make it clear. And oftentimes, if it's in a situation when, when it's a friend, or when it's, somebody that's helping you, or they think they are, they're just trying to be nice, they don't realize. And so you don't want to hurt their feelings, so it's awkward. But groundhog is saying you need to speak up and say, hey, Now what you can do is you can say it without speaking words, like you can shut your door, lock your door, take a while before you answer their messages, if it's just overwhelming. The groundhog is also asking you to go inside and check your emotional, get down inside and figure out where it is that you are going. What is it you're actually really truly thinking, and what is it that you really truly desire? The groundhog symbolism is about going under, right? You think about him going into a little hole. You know what? My glasses keep sliding down my nose because I'm hot, right? They keep sliding down my nose, And I had somebody leave me a message on my YouTube saying, do you know that every 2.3 seconds you lift your sunglasses? So it's not a nervous gesture. They're sliding down my nose and it's driving me nuts. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave it at that, since we had dragonfly show up, and we had the ducks talking about community effort, working as part of a team. They also talk about you might be somebody who really likes to have material comforts. So you have to ask yourself, are you stressing too much about that? Look at how I stressed it right when I did that. Are you stressing too much about that? Because the duck totem likes to have things comfortable. So, and then on the way here, bullfrog started talking, and the bullfrog totem, that's about cleansing. It's about releasing emotional baggage. It's about one interesting thing. It's about transformation, because clearly you go from a newt to a frog. It's transformation. It's healing, but it's definitely cleansing or clearing away what no longer serves you, and releasing emotional baggage. But one of the things that I thought was interesting, that I hadn't actually noticed before about bulldog totem, or frog totem. I couldn't find anything specifically on bulldog. I'm going to keep looking. The question that they ask is, have you been feeling a little bit needy lately? Maybe because you're feeling a little bit needy, you might be stepping over people's boundaries. So Spirit says, get outside. This is a really good thing to do when you're feeling like that, when you're feeling like nobody loves me. My mom used to sing this little poem. Nobody loves me, everybody hates me, I'm gonna sit out in the backyard and eat worms. I'm like, what? And she goes, think about it. It's like a, wow. Oh yeah. Okay, the boy's chasing the girl. I like that. So you're feeling sorry for yourself, right? And you're feeling needy, and you might even know it. And it's like, yeah, but I can't help it. I did. I was walking along the trail, and I was, videotaping, and I was seeing all this stuff, and I was talking to my twin. And I said, you know what, babe? I would love to be doing this with you. I've seen us doing this. Maybe this is where we'll do it, right? And right then I got the message from Bulldog. Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Yes. I don't want to do it by myself all the time, right? I'd like to do it with my twin. So it's one of the there's the red one and the blue one. See? There's the red one. I don't know if you guys can see them, they're so little. There it is. On that rock over there. So the red dragonfly, I'm going to say that really quick. The red dragonfly, when you see a red dragonfly, not orange, but red, it is about a departed one, someone who has recently departed into spirit, and they are saying hello and they are doing well. That's what it means. And I just know there's a lot more with the red dragonfly. And the other ones, not necessarily. But the color blue is about speech. It's about communication. Archangel Michael. And anyway, if you're feeling sorry for yourself, one of the major remedies is get outside. go do something like this, because then you get your mind off of you, right? You get your mind off of you and you start seeing really cool things, and you start being appreciative of everything that you have, because we have to. Oh my, who do we have? Oh, it's a vulture. Death, rebirth, transformation. There we go. Let's check it out. Let's see how close he comes. Yeah. Okay. We start recognizing that, you know, there's a lot of really cool things to look at, and those are messages. When you get outside, you get messages. So if you're feeling sorry for yourself, if you're feeling needy, recognize that Spirit's trying to talk to you. They're trying to give you messages. You're in the midst of a transformation. There's been the death, right? And the rebirth, but the transformation is a cumbersome process. It takes a little while, you know. The frog talks about transformation. So cool. And see how he's just kind of going with the flow? And that's what Spirit wants us to do. Just go with the flow. Take it easy. Oh, get out of your head. And I know that it's not as large to you as it is to me. It's such a bummer, because I don't know why that is. Oh, and look. There's a red hawk above. Yeah! A message is coming. Well, yes, you got a lot of messages coming, actually. But for me, that's my message, that there's a message is coming, because the red hawk is my totem. And I know she's tiny to you guys, but there she is. It would only be the coolest thing in the world if the osprey showed up too. So anyway, I'm out here doing this, I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I was for a second, but I'm not now. All right, I'm gonna put you guys back down. And I'm going to, I guess I'm sitting in the water. My skirt's soaking wet. The first message is going to come from the angels, gods, and goddesses. And it's funny because I heard angels, gods, and goddesses, and I said, no, I don't want to do this one. But I couldn't think of anything else, and I kept hearing it. So we've just done it a lot, you know? Well, I have anyway, maybe in the weekly readings and in our my personal readings. But Spirit said this one, so let me just shuffle really good. It's so pretty out here. I love it. So it's way cooler here than it is in Canyon Lake. I saw all kinds of animal messengers. I got the perfect flip-flops because I totally needed those. They're super squishy and comfortable. They match my favorite skirt in the entire world. And I got the top. You guys didn't see the top, but I got that too. I think it was like $4. I love thrift shopping. And I got exercise, right? Okay, here we go. Here's our message. All right, that one. Okay. I'm probably gonna, you know, hold on. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm trying to figure out how to do this so it doesn't blow into the water. So the angel of communication. Well, these are the colors that we were seeing. The dragonfly, right? And we talked about Archangel Michael. Hold on. And what's going on is you're being encouraged to communicate clearly. Spirit says, don't be afraid to say it as it is. Right? Don't be afraid to tell what you're feeling. A lot of times, you want to speak, but you can't. You don't know what to say. And I was talking about that when the bullfrog was there. I heard this sound, and I was up in Santa Cruz. Actually halfway between Boulder Creek and Santa Cruz, and I was walking in this heritage place, and I hear this really cool sound, and I thought, what kind of a bird is that? I thought it was like some kind of, I don't know, I thought maybe it was a goose or a duck or something. Not a duck, it just made this really loud kind of honk. I don't know, I can't even describe it. It was like a gong, you know? And I recorded it, and I sent it to my Uncle Phil, and I said, what is that? And he goes, it's a bullfrog. So as I was walking along here, that's why I saw the bullfrog. And I said, is that bullfrog? You know, is that going to be the bullfrog I kiss that's going to turn into a prince? Bull-headed bullfrog. And I said, you know, now that I've gotten close to him, he's not going to speak. Now he's not going to talk to me. So somebody wants to talk, right? He was talking, he started to talk, and then he retreated into his shell. So right now, Spirit's telling you they want you to communicate. The color blue, anytime you see the color blue, that's about speech and communication and truth. Now the fact that you're seeing yellow, solar plexus, I am worthy, I am capable, I can do anything I set my mind to. This one is in the light, right? Connecting to their higher self. There's a lot of healing and love with the color green. But that brilliant blue, that is Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael is here to assist you. And they want you to not be afraid to speak your piece. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind. You know, a lot of times, a lot of things can be cleared up by clear communication, especially since we've just been through Mercury retrograde and we've come out the other side of Mercury retrograde, right? And that's a time when things are a little iffy, but we're out of that. We're still in the shadow. But is there something that needs to be cleared up between you and another? Is there someone you haven't talked to for a while? Is this one of your issues? Do you have a difficult time expressing yourself? Are you one of those people that just has a lot of feeling inside that just can't seem to get the words out? A lot of times these are people that as children were told to be quiet. They would speak and they were told to be quiet. You know, children are to be seen and not heard. A lot of people were raised that way, you know? They were made fun of, or they were, maybe they've come from very traumatic families, backgrounds, and so they've just kind of started, they started to internalize and retreat. So here, Spirit's saying, let it out. This is your life lesson. This is that you need to learn to speak what you feel. And what Spirit is saying is assumptions, right? Don't assume that somebody knows what you think or you feel or what you want, because they don't. You think they should. I was just talking about this, about my mom. And I was talking about my mom and dad. And she used to expect him to read her mind. And she would say stuff like, you know what, he knows me. He should know. He should know. By now, he should know me. I don't have to tell him, he knows. And I'm like, he doesn't know. Because he's not thinking about that right now. You are. You're all caught up in this, and he's not. So Spirit is telling you, don't assume that somebody knows what you feel or what you want. And when you don't communicate like that, like what I witnessed my whole childhood, people end up confused. They don't know what's going on. People end up hurt. People end up making assumptions because they're trying to read your mind. And then they're wrong at what they try, assume. So then they're in trouble by you, right? So you could clear it up, Spirit is saying, by speaking up. Don't be afraid to say what it is. And when you need to speak, it isn't. It's not in an accusatory way, right? It's not about blame. It's not about. If you have a difficult time trying to figure out what words to say or how to speak up, ask Spirit for assistance. Since Archangel Michael is coming forward with speech, ask him. Help me have the courage to speak my truth. Help me find the words. A lot of times it's not as bad as you think. I mean, almost all the time. Look at that. A black butterfly with white tips. Did you see that? Okay, that makes me think of something. It was solid black with white tips. And I'm thinking, a lot of times maybe you're not going to speak your truth because you're feeling bad about yourself or you're feeling negative, right? You see yourself as dark. That butterfly was all black with just light wing, white on the edge of the wings. We all have darkness within us. We all have dark and light, right? And it's beautiful. And there's a transformation. Maybe you're coming out of a dark period of your life and you just are starting to see the light around the edges of that darkness, right? But you are flying free and you are transforming. And so part of this process is to speak your truth and stand in your integrity. Love that. And I hope you guys were able to see that because that was beautiful. I don't think I've seen a black butterfly with just white on the edge. That was pretty cool. All right, so that's the first message. Oh God, I can't ever tell what the battery is. How much of a charge we have in our battery. Lord. So that's our first message. I do have the battery backup and I can plug us in if I need to. Next message we're going to go to is the Fairy Oracle. Or no, it's the Faerytale Oracle. The Faerytale Oracle. And I feel like, I was thinking about this morning, that sometimes the daily readings have much more in-depth information because I'm just kind of sitting there and I don't get distracted by all this stuff, right? But this is just too beautiful, and I think this is what Spirit wants us to understand is a great important part of these weekly readings, is the importance of taking the time out and going to a place like this, finding your center, connecting with Spirit, looking at everything that you have to be grateful for that's all around you. right? Paying attention to what the different animal messengers are. If you don't know what they are, my lips are so dry. If you don't know, sorry, the different animal messengers, write them down, you know, in your cell phone. Just, you know, I saw a dragonfly, I saw a butterfly, I saw a bullfrog, I saw a duck, I saw California condor, I saw a red hawk. God, there's that giant one. He's amazing. I'm in love with him. Damn. And write them down and then go look them up later. They will give you specific messages. Spirit knows the messages to bring to you. The fact that that little, that big dragonfly that keeps going by, the fact that he's blue, the dragonfly is like a little helicopter, right? And the helicopter can go where a plane can't. A helicopter can hover up and down, sideways. They remind me a lot of the hummingbird. You can accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself and others. The way that they are able to maneuver, right? You are able to maneuver over your emotional waters. Yes, you are. You can go backwards, you can go forward, you can go up, you can go down. It's showing you how to connect. Since it's an airbound and a water animal, it's connecting between spirit and our physical reality, finding the balance between them both, right? Hovering over your emotional waters and not getting caught in your emotional waters because you're going to stick to your higher self. You're going to lift yourself up, right? Helicopter will go where a plane cannot. So it can get into the small spaces. It can get into, and they use them for rescue, right? Because they can get in places that bigger planes can't get to. There's a message in that. All right, I'm gonna go, what is our message? Faerytale Oracle. Okay, this is by Lucy Cavendish. Now this is the one that is done on fairy tales. It's like the Hans Christian Andersen, I think, fairy tales. So some of them are, you might know this familiar story. They're often dark. I don't know why it is with fairy tales, you know, why they can't be happy. It's kind of like my friend was, I asked about a movie called The Shape of Water, and it looked really interesting to me. And I almost went, and I'm glad I didn't, because my friend posted today, my girlfriend on Instagram, that they graphically tore apart a cat in the making of the movie. And I thought, because they need to do that in order to make it gory enough to get rave reviews or get people to come. And I thought, wow, really? Really? Why do you have to kill an animal in order for people to be enticed to coming and to seeing that? Disgusting, you know? And why did I bring that up? Oh, because why do things that entertain us have to be graphic and horrifying and disgusting? And a lot of times fairy tales are, right? Think about even the Disney movies. You know, Bambi's mom was shot, you know, and Lion King, you know, the dad, the scar knocks him off I mean, it's just like everything has to be negative. Why? So I'm hoping that what we get in here, we're going to focus on the message and not on the fairy tale, because it's probably not going to be real happy. Okay, here we go. This is our one message. The Little Match Girl. Okay. So the Little Match Girl. I'm trying to remember if I know this story. It's about choices. I think she needed, I think it was about being out in the dark, and she doesn't look happy. Look at, but she has that one match. What happens when that match burns out? Choice. Okay, so the number 1 is keep your thoughts positive, okay? The number 9 is, it's always about endings. So it's about a part of your life is ending and now you're moving forward. So it's basically get to work. You've got everything you need in front of you. To move forward, stop procrastinating. So I'm sure that it has, keep your thoughts positive as you move forward. So the Little Match Girl, she is cold, she's out in the cold, and she's got this one match, and she'll light it. So basically before, she sells matches, because she's a little match girl. And she goes, you know, she's poor. It's kind of like, makes me really sad. It makes me think of, you know, when I used to go to Tijuana with my family, and these little kids would run up and try and, you know, wash your car window or sell you candy. You know, it was so sad. So here this little one, she doesn't have any home. She doesn't have any money. She doesn't even have any feet. And she can't go home if she hasn't brought money, because she's got a very cruel person at home. The weather is cold. She's starving. She's freezing. And she's, instead of feeling bitter and angry, what she does is she takes her matches that she has and she starts to strike them one by one, and she lights them. And she's comforted by them. And every time she strikes that match, she has a vision of her grandma, because she sees her grandmother, I guess a time before this, when she was with her grandmother, and she sees her in the hearth, and it's the home, and it's the family fireplace, and it's warm and comforting, and she's safe, and she feels that love. And everything that she doesn't have, she looks into that flame and she sees it, because she's actually truly alone. But the sadness is she's freezing. See the snow falling down upon her? And basically, I'm getting chills. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. She lit every last match to keep herself warm, and she was going into that truly what was happening was she was dying. And she went into spirit, and she went to be with her grandmother. So basically what it's telling you is this little one, oh my God, is hurting, right? She was dying. Makes me think of my prince. And that's the message. Don't turn away when someone else is hurting. What can you do to help? Can you do to be of service? This little one could have been a pet. It could be someone else. But when you see others suffering, don't turn away from them. You have the light within you. We all have something that we can do. I didn't have $1,500 to save that cat, but my landlord did, and he paid it. And I was able to put together a GoFundMe, right, to try and raise money to pay him back. And other people, all of you, my friends, my soul family, are making donations, and that's you giving, right? This and Spirit is encouraging us to do this. Yes, there's a lot of people in the world that are hungry. Yes, there's a lot of children, but that little animal was guided to me. And right before that, Spirit said, you may be drawn into a situation where you feel compelled to care for an animal or a person who has been suffering from anxiety or depression. And when the love that you shower upon this one is healing an aspect of yourself that is yearning. Because my twin is gone, right? I miss him. I'm lonely. And so I poured my love into that little cat. And so they're telling you now, you have something that you can give, that you can call upon. And Spirit's asking you to offer some kind of assistance to children or to animals or anyone. Anyone. You know, whether it's making a donation. You know, when I go to the pet store and I get my cat food, they always ask if I want to make a donation towards the animal shelter. Always, every single time. $3 every single time. It's $3. But if everybody does that, do you know how many animals are helped? It's a little thing, but you can do it. Is there somebody in your neighborhood who, you know, is not feeling well? Maybe they're, you know, I'm going to go to the grocery store. Do you need anything? You know, when my landlord's got his hands full, you know, he's working, trying to get this house ready to sell. If I go, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Do you need anything? It's like that. Anything that you can do to help somebody. It could be just listening to someone, right? I get a lot of emails every day, all day long. I get emails from people that are struggling, who are going through things. A lot of us, and I say to all of them, we're all going through it. We're going through it in different ways. But sometimes it's a hug. Sometimes it's an I love you. Sometimes it's going to be okay. You know, you're going to be okay. Sometimes it's just listening, right? Sometimes it's just being there. Gosh, he's amazing. My landlord's very lonely, you know, and he kind of steps over the boundaries. But he's lonely, and I understand, because I get lonely too. So it's about being compassionate and kind and loving. It's also about having hope that you're not going to be left out in the cold, because we've been given all kinds of evidence about that today. Spirit's going to come. You're going to be taken care of. It's going to be all right. You call on Spirit for help. Don't be afraid to reach out to a friend. Speak up. Remember, speak your truth. Don't be embarrassed to say what you truly feel, because people may not know what you need. You need to ask, right? I'm saying to my twin, I want to hear from you. I just want to talk to you. Let me give you a hug. That's what I want. I don't want to go out on a big fancy dinner. I just want to hear from you. That's what I'm asking for. And I'll leave it out there for Spirit. And right then, as I look up, the Red Hawk shows up again, and that means a message is coming. I think I'll get a message from him. So what do you need to talk to? Who do you need to talk to? Do you need to ask Spirit for help? Do you need to let somebody know how you're feeling? Don't give up hope. Hold on to your dreams. Spirit will come to your aid. Ask Archangel Michael to help you. Ask for your soul family like I do. I had a hard time. I have to tell you, when I went through this with Lily, same thing. My cat, she broke me. I was in a really low place financially, and it was $1,000 to her vet bill, and I did it. I drained my bank account because I didn't have anyone to ask. I wouldn't have, and my landlord just said the other day, you should have asked me, and he's got all this money. And I'm not going to ask somebody, right? And somebody said, you should do a GoFundMe for her, and I was embarrassed. But this time, the fact that my landlord put the money up, I thought, I'm not going to let him pay that money. I'm going to do a GoFundMe. And right away, when we're already at $550, I mean, it's $1,500, it could be more. We don't know all the ins and outs yet, but that's $500. If I had had $500 to help me with Lily, I wouldn't have, it's been months and months and months I've been destitute, trying to recover, Spiritual people, spiritual teachers, we don't have a lot of money. We spend a lot of our time for free, working for free. That's our path. A lot of us do have money, and I will have money again because I know it's coming in. That's another thing. What's your intention, right? All right. That's good for the little match girl, I think. It's definitely talking about, and it's talking about, well, there are a few more things. There are a few more things. The fact that the little match girl went off and went off to be with her grandmother is reassuring you that there is life after here. I connect with my mother. I do. She comes to me in my dreams. There is something beyond this. There is hope and comfort. And so maybe if you've lost someone in your family and you're feeling that loss, as I said, the red dragonfly showed up to let you know that that one is here saying, I'm happy, I'm well, it's okay, right? I keep feeling like somebody's walking behind me. Isn't that interesting? I think it's my twin. He's always with me. It's definitely spirit all around me. But it's also saying that you might be somebody that's going through this right now. You might be in need of comfort. You might be feeling out in the cold. You might be in a destitute situation. Don't be too proud to reach out and ask for help. First to spirit, and then pay attention to the guidance you get. Well, this is the guidance right now. Look at those two coming in for a landing. That is the community, right? The ducks are community. That's spirit. It's also your soul family and friends. Please don't be caught in ego pride. Maybe you're somebody that has always taken care of yourself. I will tell you, I have always owned my own homes. I paid for them. I made the money. They were my homes. And I got to a place where I've been there several times, destitute, right? It doesn't mean there's something wrong with me and I don't feel bad about myself. So you may be somebody that has always been very successful. Maybe you've lost your job and you're down to nothing and you don't want anyone to know, and so you don't want to reach out and you're struggling. Don't do that. That is ego. That is you not being connected to your higher self. That's why Spirit says, are you feeling needy? You may not be giving to yourself. You may not be letting yourself receive what you deserve. Because your ego mind tells you, you can't tell somebody that. I don't want them to know that. That is all ego pride, and that's not what a spiritual person is. And I'm looking right now. See that rock? It looks like a crocodile's eye coming up out of the water. And I'm thinking crocodile tears. I'm going to look up crocodile totem. I'll have to remember that for later, but that is a crocodile coming up out of the water. And I could have said alligator, but I didn't. I said crocodile, so there's a reason. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put our charger on because I don't want to lose us. I don't want to stop. While I'm doing that, I will say to you guys, thank you for liking and sharing these videos, and please do hit the subscribe button on these videos on YouTube so that you are notified. But it's important for you to share so that other people also are given the opportunity to get Spirit's message. And a lot of times people are kind of shy, they haven't really, they're just kind of looking and they're learning. So anything that you can share is helping. That's the way you can help somebody, right? You're supposed to be thinking of others to help them. That's one of the ways you can do it. Sorry, I'm plugging in Sandy. Thank you, Sandy, for this. Yay. Okay. Yeah, so, and also if you need help with the dream analysis or with a private reading, or if you'd like to purchase a ceremonial sage wand for cleansing or blessing, clearing your energy, if you'd like to order a crystal cluster, or I've got to start working on that. I've got the I don't even know what I call them. Little jewels for your little jewel. I can't remember, but they're Reiki charged crystal cat collars and dog collars and possum collars and rabbit collars or whatever. I'm making those as well. So go to my website, www.theangelswhisper.com. Let you see my eyes. And my email address is Sherry Columbus, SherryColumbus @yahoo.com. And once you go to my website and you figure out what you want, that'll take you go to payment options and it'll take you to my PayPal. And my PayPal will inform me. But for as far as the particulars and what it is that you want to speak about, or what it is that you'd like to get, if I'm making you something specific, because the Reiki wands, the Sage wands have Reiki charged crystals, you may want a specific one, and they're wrapped in leather cord of color, so you might want to, specific. You may want to do a phone reading, you may want to do a recorded reading, whatever it is that you're needing help with, dream analysis, contact me on my email, because I get that right away. I'm notified right away. So we're at 40 minutes right now, and I've got people coming up behind me, so I'm glad I came down to the edge here. That way I've got a good spot to hang out where I'm not going to be taking up, the entire place. But and as I'm shuffling the next cards, I just want you to know that with the little Match Girl's message, you do have a choice, no matter what the circumstances are. If you've experienced great loss, if you've been feeling in a difficult place, you deserve love. You deserve to be comforted. You do. And right now, whoever it is that was coming from the other side is coming to give you comfort and let you know that you are loved. And that is spirit also. So, all right, so I'm putting this away. And we're going to the Akashic Tarot. The Akashic Tarot for our next message. Okay, these ones I don't want to, these are really, really stiff cards, so it's hard to shuffle them, like bend them. I'll try, because I really want to get them shuffled, because this is a reverse deck. I thought about this today. When I use this deck, we seem to continually get repeats of the same messages, and there's so many messages that I've never gotten to in this deck. So I'm really asking for Spirit to really shuffle these good and get us the message that's most appropriate. Okay, I heard now, so this is good. Yay! Didn't I say Archangel Michael? Didn't I say that? Yes, I did. See? That's why you know who's with you. That's why this is how clear animal messengers are. I'm telling you. The blue dragonfly was the biggest one, right? I saw the other little one, the red one and the blue one, but the blue one was the biggest one. And that's why I knew it was Michael that was with us, right? Because that's his color. So that's a message to you. I'm just putting these over here so they don't get ruined. That's a message to you that Archangel Michael is helping you. Archangel Michael is protecting you. He is the one that we call upon for a shield of protection to help us with endurance, to help us barrel through, get through something. He is strength. Okay, let me. What did I do with the card? Did I put it away? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna put this. Just a second. How can I do this? Do it like this. I'm trying to be very, very careful this time. I don't want to have my cards go in the water. Okay, so Archangel Michael, I love this. Specifically because we were talking about that little match girl, and because I was talking about my little prince. And I'm telling you, I already know that Prince represents a human. It's a mirror for me. I know that. That there's somebody that is helping a child that is going through that has been in an abusive situation. I know that. So right now, this is confirmation, and there we get the number 9 again. When you get to number 9, it's almost over. 10 is when things shift, and then you start over again. So we're almost at the spot, number 9. And Archangel Michael is letting you know, look at him. He's about to reach down and pick up that little boy. And that little girl feels safe. So Archangel Michael is with you. Archangel Michael is helping you through the situation that you're inquiring about. Whatever it is, if you've been worried about somebody else. Like for me, I knew, oh, look at the yellow one, yellow and black. Yellow and black, solar plexus, I am worthy. First message, I am worthy. I'm capable of doing anything I set my mind to, but I am worthy is the most important. He's asking you to get grounded. Look at where he's at. He's in the forest. He's where I'm at, right? That'll help you first. Look at the love burning in his heart. Look at the wings. There's nothing getting through that. We ask for a shield of protection from Archangel Michael. So the one that is being helped, I ask for a shield of protection for my twin always. And for whoever this child is that's gone through this horrible traumatic situation, they need protection, right? And Archangel Michael is saying they are safe. They are protected. He's sharing his energy with both of them. He's got enough for everyone. Michael is able to be anywhere and everywhere at the same time. He's just like God. He's the only one that can do that. So never feel like you're asking for too much. If you're afraid to ask or feel uncomfortable asking for help from others, ask Archangel Michael and he'll send you others. He'll send you who you need, right? And it's also telling you that you have this strength within you because he's my brother. Archangel Michael, he's my brother. He's an angel in spirit. I'm an angel walking. That's my brother. And I have the strength within me as well. And so do you. You have that in you. We all have to remember where we came from. And he's here to remind you. I will lend you that strength if you're feeling down. If you've been going through such a challenge. If you're going through your awakening and you're just feeling like you've had the shit kicked out of you. Because I know a lot of us are. It's hard. It's very hard. Very hard for me, you know. I come across like I'm all happy and I generally am. I keep my focus on making sure that I keep a positive attitude, an optimistic attitude, but I'm struggling. It's hard. Very, very hard to be so 100% connected to another being and to be separated from them. I'm talking about my twin, and I don't think that you can't understand if you can imagine, but you can't understand if you're not in a twin soul relationship. It is literally like half of my soul is missing, and I know it's right there and I can't get it. It's excruciating. So I call upon Archangel Michael, and I have to remember that I have that strength too, and I know that my twin and I are going to come together. It's a plan. It's going to be okay. And I ask for help. You know, I'll say what I usually do is I'll go to the Father and I'll say to the Father, who is it? You decide. Who do I need? Whoever that you need to send, or to somebody else, right? They need help. You decide what archangel, what angel, what person, what circumstance would help them at this time. You make that decision. Well, right now, they're telling you it's Archangel Michael. Because he's needing to shield you and protect you. And he's doing that. And nothing's going to get through that shield of protection. He's right there with you. And when he comes forward, he talks about a time of great courage, of you taking initiative. And it's about action. So they're asking you not to delay. That's why we kept getting the solar plexus coming forward. I am capable. I can do anything I set my mind to. Spirit is calling us to action, right? Calling us to help another, calling us to move forward, calling us to not let go of our dreams, calling us to speak out and speak our truth and stand in our integrity. All of the things, it's action. And Archangel Michael says, I will lend you my energy. Look, it's burning. The love for you is burning inside. Feel the courage growing inside of you. And when you get to the place where you feel it building, it's like a fire. You're stoking that fire. And the flames are coming stronger and stronger. And then you will get to the base and you will know it's time to act. Now is the time. You will know and you will do it. And you might go with shaking hands. You might go with shaking knees. You might go with your voice shaking, but you'll speak your truth. And you're going to do it. I have faith in you. And Archangel Michael and your Father says he has faith in you too. Because you are already at number 9. You're almost there. You're ready to go. So right now you're building yourself up and you're getting ready to go. And when it comes, don't delay, because he will be with you. And he's going to shoot that courage within you and all around you so that you can be propelled forward. You just have to let me be your cheerleader. You can do anything you set your mind to. You are powerful. You're dynamic. You are a spiritual creature. You are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. And when the vultures are at the gate circling and they think you're down and out, you will rise. Like the condor, death, transformation, rebirth, because he is most like the phoenix rising, and you will rise. Right when they think that you're down for the count, remember, death shall not take him. Divine intervention steps in and you get that burst of energy to move you forward, and you are victorious and you are triumphant. And that's who you have on your team. I mean, think about that. Okay, you're in a group of people. They're abusive. They've taken advantage of you. They've made you feel really horrible. They've stolen from you. They've, who knows what these people have done to you. Imagine them all there. all the things, the way you feel, what they say, and all of a sudden, that walks up behind you. Right there. They will fucking shit their pants. They will. Look at that. But see, remember I said I feel like somebody's here? I kept feeling like somebody's behind me. Archangel Michael's behind me. I know my twin's always with me, but that's who's with me. I am never afraid. Wherever I go, I'm never afraid. People ask me all the time. I'll stay out here really late, and people will, you know, aren't you worried about being there by yourself? No, because my animal messengers come, and the specific messengers come, they tell me who's with me, right? Because I know what their meanings are. They tell me that my family is with me, my angels are with me. I'm protected. I felt the presence of someone behind me, and there was no one standing on that rock. I said my twin, but Michael is letting me know it's him. He's there. And they may not be able to see, but you know what? I have seen Archangel Michael. I've heard him, his voice. He appeared to me in Wisconsin, scared me to death. He showed up in my room and I physically saw him. He presented himself as a human, but it was him. And he spoke, but his mouth didn't move. I just heard the words that he said. And then when I got back to California after Sedona, I was living in a place called The Farm. And I was talking about, I had dismissed all of my guides because I said, I don't know who you are, you know, and as far as angels, if I don't have communication with you and I don't know who you are, I'm not working with you. So if you're working with me, you need to show yourself. And there he did. And he did. Archangel Michael showed up in my bedroom. He was standing in the corner. I had vaulted ceilings. I think they were like 15 feet tall, and he was all the way to the ceiling, and his wings were huge, and they touched the ground and they swept across the carpet. He was insane. I couldn't see his face. It was just white, bright light, but he stood there, and I heard in my head, I am Michael. And I was like, oh my God. He didn't scare me that time. That time I was ready for it. And so I feel his presence. So I'm telling you, I saw this. As I said, I didn't get to see his face, but I saw those wings, and they were bigger than that. They hit the floor. And right when I said that, the blue dragonfly. Remember the dragonfly? What did I say? The helicopter, they're able to get in where bigger planes can't get to. They're able to go in and rescue you, where other rescue services can't get to. Archangel Michael can get anywhere. There's a wish right there. Make a wish. Do you see it? So cool, so cool. Okay, that's your message for Michael, to the Akashic Tarot. And what's interesting is, yes, we've had this message before. One day I'll get a new message out of this deck. But I guess since I said I felt someone's presence behind me, he just, and I kept getting the blue dragonfly, he's probably sitting there going, excuse me, I'm here. I'm here. And like I said, Archangel Michael can be with anyone and everyone at the same time. He has that ability. So, no matter where you are, that is someone you can call, and he will be there. He showed up for me. Remember I told you I was walking along the path and I was feeling sad. I was missing my twin, and I said, you know, I need to see something, you know, I need to see some action. This is hard for me. I'll tell you the God's honest truth. I said this morning, I started crying and I said, I'm having a hard time. You know, and I appreciate what you've done for Prince. I really do. That was amazing. And my soul family, but I'm struggling right now. And I need you. And so I forgot that I said that. And he showed up to let me know, you're not by yourself. We are never by ourselves. I'm wearing my happy Buddha. So what do you have to do to get yourself happy? Get outside. This is a reminder. And look at the color. It's the color of the ground, wood, right? Earth. Get yourself grounded. Get your feet on the ground. Put your feet in the water. I had my feet sitting in the water. It'll shift your energy. It'll pull you back down to earth. Because with the dragonfly, sometimes with spiritual people, I'm in my head a lot, right? I have prophetic dreams. I see things ahead of time, and so it's difficult for me. I know what's coming. I know what's going on, and when I don't see it visibly in front of me, it's hard for me. When I know it's coming and I just don't know when, because, you know, I don't have all the answers. People get mad at me because I don't give them the time frame. I don't have the time frame either, you know? If I had every single answer, I wouldn't be doing this for, you know, on Keen. I would be rich. I would be able to give everybody all that they know. I would be able to pick out lottery tickets and blah, blah, blah. Spirit doesn't give all of us the answers. I don't get all the answers either. And so when I'm feeling low, I call on Spirit. And that's what I did. I just said, I need your help. And I didn't specify. I just said, I need somebody. I'm hurting right now. And so he showed up. So that's pretty cool. And maybe, I don't know, I've got to know about that crocodile, because I keep seeing that crocodile in the water there. It's like he's watching me, you know? He's not leaving. I feel like he's protecting me. Isn't that interesting? Because maybe some people would look at that and think it's a negative message, but I never think negative messages when I see my animal messengers. I always think they're my friends. I feel like animals are more my friends than humans are. I grew up that way, you know? That's why I'm a shaman. But the first language I spoke was the language of the forest. So that crocodile is somebody really special for me right now. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I'm thinking about Peter Pan and the crocodile and the clock. He swallowed the clock. He swallowed the clock. So it's about time, not being upset about the time frame. He swallowed the clock. If I could get to the place where I actually embrace and understand and feel that time doesn't matter, I'd do great, you know? It's just been a long time. And I guess that's my message, is don't be so hung up on the time frame. All right, here's our next message and our last message. And it's from the Divine Circus Oracle. All right, this is it. Oh my God. Okay, I'm probably gonna cry. I am gonna cry. And of all the cards and all the decks, right? We keep getting the same ones, but there's a reason for it. I told you about my baby boy, my prince. Death shall not take him. We got this message before that happened. And I thought about this morning, because I told you that he represents another person, a human being as well. And there goes Michael. And when we got this message the last time, death shall not take him, I was wondering if after it happened, the message was just about Prince, right? That he's not going to die, he's going to be okay. Because sometimes, like I said, I've got a situation where I'm waiting for something, right? And it's a long time, and so we kind of maybe go ahead. You know, we have something in our mind that we're looking for an answer for, and then Spirit brings us a message like this, and then we're wondering if that's what it's about, right? And then that situation happened with Prince, and I thought, oh, well, maybe it was just about that. No, it's not, because there it is again. And the message for this card, I'm gonna, my butt hurts so bad because I think I want to stand. I'm sitting on this rock, and it's my butt's killing me. Oh, I could sit up here in a little chair. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like. Okay, so death shall not take him. The story here is just like my little prince. We are being told that you see this one, and I've spoken about this a lot. I've had this dream where this one that I loved this boy, and when I went to reach out to him, all of a sudden he turned to wood or stone, right? And the family, and there was no life in him. Just like this. Look at this. Look at this man, this young man. Half of his body is frozen, dead, right? You would think, okay, if his eyes frozen like that, he's dead. His eyes just open, right? And in my dream, he turned, as soon as my hands went to touch him, he's turned to wood. And the family walked away, and they said, there's no hope, right? And I said, you're wrong. And I kept pouring my love into him and pouring Reiki energy, healing energy into him. And the family, they were sad, but they were walking away, and they said, there's no point. You know, there's no point. And they started to walk away, and I kept saying, no, you're wrong, and I was calling upon Spirit, and I was doing Reiki, and I was sending from my heart to his heart the love, because I loved this boy. And it didn't matter. I didn't care what anybody said. I wasn't letting go. Same thing with Lily, my cat, when they told me she was dying and there was no point. Spirit said, you're wrong. There will be a miracle. Same thing with Prince. I got this message, so I knew what it meant. So this for you, same situation. as I did that, as I kept pouring the Reiki, the love heals anything and everyone. Yes, it does. It can do anything. Love makes miracles happen. I saw the blue of his eyes flash, right? I saw the blue. It came and then it would go away, and then it would come and then it would go away. And I'd call the family back, look, you can see the light in his eyes. You know, he was coming back, like this one. Look at the color of his eye. I could see the color. But the family came back and then he was gone again. But I wouldn't give up. And I poured everything. See, Spirit pouring. This is our Father. Pouring the lifeblood energy into you again. This could be a project. This could be a relationship. This could be a person. I spoke about this yesterday. Don't give up. Don't give up. Whatever it is, don't listen. Don't give up. Never give up on the ones that you love. Never give up on your dreams. Remember the dragonfly? Don't give up on your dreams. Your dream is valid and you deserve to see it fulfilled. You may need to change to your approach because Spirit says you need to speak up. You need to communicate. You need to clear some things up. You may need to ask for assistance, right? Another dragonfly, a butterfly. I was trying to see what kind it was. The color. Right there. Okay, so that's the brown, black, yellow. No, brown, orange, and yellow. All grounded, solar plexus, and the seat of sexual energy and creativity, our sacral chakra. I am worthy, I'm capable of creating, bringing this project back to life. I am capable, sexual energy, right, of drawing my soulmate back to me. Heart of my heart, love of my love, come to me. Come to me. Feel my energy, feel my love pouring into you, right? And the family had walked away, they were done, they left. And I poured this final, I don't know what happened, all of a sudden, it was like this energy just whoosh went, and both of his eyes lit up, and he was alive. So just like the wrecking ball in the granary, at the last second, benevolent benefactor comes along and saves the day right before the wrecking ball, right before the last breath of life is taken, right before they pull the plug, right before you write that business off, right before you write that relationship off, right before you give up. I've tried. Try one more time. Try one more time. Spirit is asking you, don't give up. Don't give up. We will help you get through what you need to get through. Whatever the guidance is, you will know if this message is for you. Now, people ask me that all the time. No, not every single message is for all of us. There's something in every message for all of us, but you will know. Your body will get chills. You will just know. Try one more time. So what do we need to do? Release what no longer serves us, the emotional baggage, right? Do some housekeeping, our mental process. We have gone through a death. We have gone through the falling tower. You may be in a falling tower moment, but there will be a rebirth and a transformation because we've seen frog, butterfly, dragonfly, the California condor. They all talk about death, transformation, rebirth and transformation. And there's that butterfly again. It's brown and yellow. It's brown and yellow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Two red hawks. Two of them. The red hawk said a message is coming. Didn't I tell you that, right? Two of them, a pair. The red hawk says, take a look at things from a higher perspective, right? Because you may be down looking at things too close. And you're focusing on the little unnecessary details of things. You need to look at the big picture and recognize that Spirit is here for you. There is a message coming. There is information coming for you. You need to listen to Spirit. What is it? Don't get caught up in the little, I know you can't see them like I can. but that butterfly, the brown and yellow one, I am capable of doing anything I set my mind to, and I am worthy. I deserve love. Yes, I do. I deserve to have this dream fulfilled. I deserve to be with my twin, and we deserve to have a beautiful, happy, fulfilling life where we will help other people and we will continue to learn. I deserve that. I've worked hard, and so has he. And that's a pair, and I believe it and I trust in it. So for you, oh my God, now there's three. There's three. Can you guys see them? Oh, you probably can't. Three of them. Ascended Masters are working with you. Well, we already know Archangel Michael is working with us, but Archangel Ariel is working with you as well, because Archangel Ariel is the Archangel of nature. And there's three, and it's an Ascended Master. Could be Jesus working with you. Whoever it is that comes to mind for you. It also means full circle completion. The number 3, it's a power number, right? And the fact that there's 3, you're not alone. You have assistance coming for you, right? And also, the number 3, it could be 3 days, 3 hours, 3 months. That just came to me. I have never said that before, so that's significant. 3rd, it could be the 3rd week, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 hours, 3. It's important. How exciting. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Okay, I think, oh, so death shall not take him? Don't give up. Don't give up. Because right before the fat lady sings, right? You know they say it's over, not over until the fat lady sings. Fat lady just stepped on stage, right? And you're like, okay, it's done. But right before everything changes just like that, you know, you could have been, you jumped out of an airplane and you can't get that chute. You're yanking on that chute and you can't get the chute to unfold. You're hurtling to the ground. That's how you feel. I'm free falling. There's a song. It's by Creed. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm falling. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm falling. And then he says, oh, I got chills everywhere. And then he says, but I guess 6 feet ain't that far. Because to him, he felt like, I can't do this. I'm falling, I'm falling. He was falling in love. And he didn't think he could do it. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm falling. But 6 feet ain't that far. He won't die. He's not gonna die. He's gonna make it, right? So you're free falling, and right before the chute goes up in smoke and you hit the ground, all of a sudden the chute takes you back up and you're just like, whoosh, yank right back up, right? And you're soaring. You are going to succeed no matter how defeated you feel right now, no matter how many setbacks, no matter how many brick walls you've hit, no matter how many times they said no, no matter how many times you've sent a message in and they have not answered you. Send your love. You're going to succeed against the impossible. Universe, dazzle me. That's what I said to the universe this morning. I said, I want to see something. Show me something. The Red Hawks mean a lot to me specifically. I am the Red Hawk. That is my messenger. That's Archangel Gabriel. She is the messenger. And so for me to see the Red Hawks it's more important for me than seeing, you know, maybe for someone else to see the dragonfly, although that dragonfly, that was pretty amazing. But I mean, the condor, the osprey, but for me to see my totems and in a pair and then seeing spirit join, that means that my twin and I, spirit's got our back. Michael was right behind us. So for me, when I looked at that, the 2 Red Hawks and then the 3rd one that joined, and I know that right now they probably just look like little dots to you, if you even can see them. That means to me that Archangel Michael is with my twin and I, and facilitating a meeting, facilitating communication. There's a protection. So for you, the same thing. And it could be, like I said, it could be your business, it could be your marriage, it could be a relationship, it could be your own physical health. Because if you're feeling like you're failing, and I you know, my prognosis isn't good. They told us Prince was critical. Went into his surgery and I said, how's he doing? And after the surgery, the doctor called. It took him 2 hours and I had to call him. And he's sorry, we had another emergency. He says, I was shocked. He goes, it took me 35 minutes to work the catheter through and try and get the sand out of his urinary tract. It was intense and it was really severe. He says, but once that was done, he says, he's doing amazing. He's strong. And I said, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And besides, I already remote viewed and saw that animal hospital. I knew I was going there. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to be fine. And on the way home from the hospital, pay attention to songs, people. On the way home from the hospital, in the car, 2 songs came on. Prince started singing, Tonight I'm going to party like it's 1995. And I said to my landlord, oh my God, because his name is Prince. He's going to party because he's on drugs right now. They had him all hopped up. But we're going to party till it's 1995. And then the song that came right after that was Livin' on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. We're living on a prayer. We're halfway there, living on a prayer. What is the next line? We're halfway there, living on a prayer. Oh, I can't think of what it is. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. So that was my message. My Prince was gonna make it. My Prince is a mirror for this one. So this is a message to you. Living on a prayer. The power of prayer is huge. Ask your family and friends to pray for you. I do all the time. all of that energy, think about that. Love heals everything. And when people send their love and blessings, I've had a lot of people say to me, my friends and soul family, you know, that have donated like $10 or $20. You know, I really wish that I could give more. We're sending you love and blessings and prayers on your behalf. I was going to show you another animal messenger, but he went by too quick. But prayers are so powerful. And that love and that energy and blessings, when we send that out, that is more valuable than money. Spirit will make sure that we get the money we need. But that loving energy, that powerful and asking for blessings is more valuable than any monetary thing. Because love is what heals. Love is what brings people back from the brink of death. That's why I was not going to give up on my twin. That boy, that wooden boy, that's the boy that I love. That was my twin. I knew that's who it was in my dream, and there's no way I was giving up. I will never give up. No, it's cute. Hi. Hi, little wiener dog. Because why? Because dog is unconditional love, loyalty, and friendship, and protection, right? And this is a little female. Yeah. And she's a little, and I understand about those short little legs. I'm only 5'2½". So right then, for that dog to show up, right? That's about loyalty. And spirit, if anyone is loyal, spirit is loyal. And soul family is loyal. So if you don't have a family, a physical family that's helping you, you have soul family. I do, and I thank all of you guys for being there. And my team, my spiritual team, my animal messengers, look, they give us their messages and then they're gone. Because that's what we needed to see. Now I'm looking, I don't know if you guys can see, but the mallard is sitting on the rock, out of the water. So that's the male duck, the mallard. And he's out of his emotional waters, and he's on a rock drying himself off. That's a message. Death shall not take him. Death shall not take your project, your relationship, your marriage, and your health. You will recover. So if you've been sitting here wondering, this is your message. God, I love this. So we say to Spirit, like I said to Spirit this morning, show me. Show me something. I need to see something. But we can say something more flamboyant than that. We can say, Spirit, dazzle me with your omnipresence, with your life-affirming brilliance. Bring the best, the boldest, the most beautiful, the most wonderful, positive things, people, circumstances, and energy into my world. Right? I want to be rocked. I want to be blown away by what you do. I want to be blown. The fact that my landlord laid $1,500 down to save Prince's life when I would never have been able to do it, that blew my mind, right? When my twin calls me, emails me, shows up at my door, right when I said that, the Red Hawk pair came back. That's going to blow my mind. I know it's going to come, but it's still going to blow my mind. I'm still grateful. And see what we do right now, when I'm looking at the red tails, and I know you probably can't see them in the light, but when you look at the red tail, the red, that's passion. That's passion. Hold on to your passion for your dream, your project, your relationship, your love. Don't let go. Don't hold on. I mean, hold on. Don't let go. Don't listen to other people. Don't listen to naysayers. Don't worry about how it's going to be done. Don't worry about how Spirit's going to figure it out. Oh, God, that dragonfly is so big. So the dragonfly shows up. Remember right when I said that? There's the two little dots, right? Those are the Red Hawk. And I said, don't worry about how Spirit is going to get it done. And right then, Archangel Michael Dragonfly showed up right in the middle. They're going to handle it. They're handling things. We don't have to worry about how they do it. We just have to say, I want it. This is what I know, because these are the messages I've been given. I'm constantly shown, yes, I'm on the right path, and what I'm asking for is still valid. It is in my highest good, right? And so because of that, I trust whatever the situation is, Spirit will make the way out. Spirit will open the lines of communication. Spirit is softening the hearts of everyone involved. I'm not going to listen to anybody else that wants to dumb down my faith and my trust. And don't you either. So that's your message. Message is, you can say a positive affirmation looking at this, right? Look at him. Stone. Look at the difference between stone and life. Look at his beautiful blue eyes, just like my twin. Stone is warmed by the blood of life. The universe dazzles me with its life-giving blessings. And all I need, love, want, and desire comes to my life and me and in my world. Oh no! My card. I need my card. I have to go, you guys. I gotta go get my card. I gotta go in the water.